there! Today we are going to learn how to play a game called Fraction War. So for this game, you will need a deck of cards. I find it best to take out all of the face cards and the jokers. And you will also need 2 pencils, pencil crayons, just something straight. And you might find it helpful to have a fraction strips sheet for comparing your fractions. I'm also choosing to have a whiteboard and a marker just because sometimes I find writing them out helpful as well. So what you will start by doing is splitting your deck in half, just like any regular game of war. Okay, so there we go, split in half. Give your partner half, you keep half. So then what you will do is you will flip over 2 cards. So I have a 3 and I have a 10. So we're gonna make a proper fraction. So what that means, a proper fraction, our numerator is going to be smaller than our denominator, our bottom number. So I'll put the 3 on top and the 10 on the bottom. I have 3 10s, and I'm just going to write this down for the sake of the video. So I have 3 10s. My partner is going to take 2 cards. They have an 8 and a 10. So again, to be a proper fraction, our numerator needs to be smaller than our denominator, so we'll put the 8 on top and the 10 on the bottom. So my partner has 8 10s. See, now this is an easy comparison because when our denominator is the same, all we have to do is look at the numerator, and the bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. So in this case, my partner had 8 10s, theirs is greater, they get all of the cards. So they will collect them, put them on the bottom of their pile, and we will play again. So just erase this. Okay, so now on this turn, I have a 1 and a 3. So proper fraction, 1 goes on top, 3 goes on bottom. And then my partner will draw. They have 2 and a 6. They have 2 6s. So when we look at comparing these, to compare, we either need to have the same denominator, or we can look at the fraction strips and kind of make a guess. So I have 1/3. So if I look at 1/3, this is how big mine is. My partner has 2 6s. And if we look, they're actually the same, because 1/3 and 2 6 are what we call an equivalent fraction. So they're the same. So then we need to have war. So then what we'll do is we'll just put these to the side and we'll make another fraction to see. So my partner has 5 7ths. I have 2 4ths. So I know that 2 4ths is half. I know that half of 7 would be 3 1/2, or 4 would be greater than. So 5 is greater than half. I know their fraction's greater, so they get all the cards. But again, if you're not so certain, and you're maybe not strong on equivalent fractions yet, you can use your fraction strips. So 2 4ths, what are the 4ths? There's 2. And then we can look at the 7ths, 1 2 3 4 5, it's there. It's definitely greater. Theirs is definitely bigger. So they get the cards. If you need more information on fractions, you should head over to our classroom website. There are videos on fractions and on equivalent fractions and how to make them. And there's lots of activities you guys can do to complete that. So Fraction War, you just continue till one person loses all their cards. It's a really good way to practice comparing fractions, ordering them, as well as making equivalents if you're choosing to do that. I hope you found this video helpful and that you enjoy playing Fraction War.